Hello, let's study this example together. This question is taken from WAEC 1990 number 12. It's question on latitude and longitude. I want us to look at it together and let's see how we can solve it. Okay, the question says an aeroplane flies from a town P. The latitude is 40 degree north and the longitude is 38 degree east. Then it flew to another town Q, latitude 40 degree north and longitude 22 degree west. Then it later flies to a third town T, latitude 28 degree north and longitude 22 degree west. Then calculate the distance between P and Q along parallel of latitude, distance Q and T along line of longitude, then average speed at which the aeroplane will fly from P to T via Q if the journey takes 12 hours. Correct to three significant figures. The pi is given, radius of the earth is given. Okay, this question is not too difficult. It's not a difficult one. All we just need to do is to get the sketch. Then we can now know which point is standing on parallel of latitude. Then we can calculate it. Then which point is standing on the longitude. Then we can calculate the distance. Then from there we can know the total distance. Since the time is known, from there we can now get the speed. Alright, let's start. But let me still show you the solid shape of this question so that you can view it very well before we go to our paper solution. So the first point P is 40 degree north, 38 degree east. So let's start with this. So this the solid shape, you can see it clearly. You can see this is the north pole, and this is the south pole. And this is the polar axis at the middle from north to south pole. Then you can see it. This is the Greenwich meridian, the reference longitude, and this is the equator. So they are all 0 degrees. So these are reference point. So the question says point P. Let's see point P. Point P is 40 north, 38 east. That means we need to have a point. If I take this point here, which is point P, let me rename it as point P. That is point P. Okay, then we need to get the line to the center. Yeah, then let's put the angle there. This is the angle. Then let me get the value. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so let me put the line of latitude. So this is the line of latitude. Okay, let's see. So this is the first point. The latitude is 40 degree north. That is point P. See, it's in 0 degree now. So the plane starts from P. And where is P? Let's go back to the question and see it. And where is P? Where the plane starts from. P is at latitude 40 degree north, longitude 38 degree east. Okay, that means it will rise 40 degree north. You can see it 40 degree north. Let me change this name. Okay, then now it's at 40 degree north. Then P will now go from here, it's moving to 38 degree east. So this is what I need to label as P. So I need to rename this as P now. Then you can see it will now move 38 degree towards east. Okay, let me put the angle so that you can see it well. Okay, This is 0. Okay. Okay, I don't need this one. Okay, then we can now join this to this, this to this. Okay. Let's get the angle between these 2 points. Okay. Alright, so this is what I'm trying to show us now. Okay, so you can see point P now. It rises from 0, 40 degree north, see the angle, then it moves towards east, 38 degree east, which is this place. Let me put it at 38. I want us to see it well. This is the angle. Let me put it here. You can see it to now move 38 degree east. Okay, so that is the point P. So I just want you to see it clearly. That's why I'm doing this, so you can view it very well now. Okay, so that is the first point P. Then the next point is point Q. It's still on the same latitude with P, 40 degree north, but the longitude is 22 degree west. That means we need point on this place, which is point Q. So I need to rename this C as Q. You can see it, and I need to put the line now. Okay, and the angle. Okay, okay. All right. So this is point Q. You can see it now. It's 22 degree west. So this is 0. And you know west is towards your left. This is 22. Let me leave it at 22. So you can see 22 degree west. So this is the sketch of the question. If you view it from the top, you can see it clearly. You can see point Q is 22 degree west. Then point P is 38 degree east. This is what we are talking about. Then the question says we should find the distance along parallel of latitude, which is Q to P. So by the time you get this one, you have settled the first point. Then the next point, which is point T, the third point of the plane now, is 28 degree north, then 22 degree west. So all I need to do here is we need to put the lines of latitude, which are this. So the lines of longitude, you can see them, and these are the lines of longitude. You can see the lines. Okay, then remember Q and P. Let me position this Q and P. Q and P, they are on latitude 40 degrees north. You can see it. Then the next point we need to calculate now, or we need to locate, is point T, which is 28 degree north. That means the point is coming downward. It's coming downward, and it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. This is the point T, so we need to rename it point T. So this is point T, and you can see it down to the point, and the angle is going to give to us. Let's put the angle and see. So we need the angle. Okay, before I get the angle, let me join the line. I need to join this line to the center. Okay, and I need the angle between T and this line. Okay, which is going to be, okay, that is that. Okay, let's see it now. So I don't need this point. Let me hide this. Okay, so you can see it clearly now. This is point C. You can see the angle is 28. See, it's on the same longitude with Q. See, it's on the same longitude with Q, but downward, which is 28. You can see 28. That is 28 degrees. While Q is 40 degrees. You can see 40 degrees to point Q, then 28 degrees to point T. So this is the sketch. I think you understand it in solid view when you see it very well. So this is the sketch. So the plane started from point Q, which is 40 degree north, 38 degree east. From here it flew down to west, 22 degree west. You can see it. Then from here it now flew down to this place, 28 degree north. So this is where the plane is now. Start from P and end in T. So this is how it is in solid view. So just take note of that. So before we solve, let's see how we can sketch it on our solution page. When you want to solve this question, you need to sketch first. Let's get our circle, get the center of your circle, then you get your ruler to label the latitude, like the equator and the Greenwich meridian. You join this. Let me make it thinner a little. Okay. Then you join this like this. Okay. Take it out. Then you label your north, label your south, label your east, label your west. Then you start 40 degree north. You make your line 40 degree north. Make sure you label it 40 degrees north. Then 38 degree east. Make sure you label it 38 degree east. The labeling is very important because when they are marking your work, they want to see it. The WAEC examiner want to see it to be sure that you know what you are doing. So where they meet, the question says we should call it point P. So this is point P. Then point Q is 22 degree west. So you go like this. Make sure you label it also 22 degree west. Okay, then the third point, let's label Q also. This is point Q. Then the third point is 28 degree north. So it will be lower than 40. No, 40 is higher than 28. No, the tip here is 90 degrees. And if we take it as 40, so 28 should be under. So let's take this line as 28, but it's towards north. Then make sure you label it also 28 degrees. 28 degree north. So that is all about the diagram. Then where it meets point Q, question says we should call it T. So this is the diagram you have. With this diagram, you have your full mark for sketch. Then now let's go to the solution page. If you wish to put your angles, you can do all that by making dotted lines like this. So making dotted lines like this. So this is angle between Q and P. Then T and Q, remember they are coming from the center. So T and Q is like this to the center of the earth. Then T is like this to the center of the earth. Then this is the angle between Q and T. That is what I'm trying to show you with this solid shape. So the angle between Q and T, you can see it is this place. Is this point here. Is this angle. You can see it is this angle. You can see Q. You see T is this angle between Q and T. So this is the angle between them. That's what I'm trying to label in this place, Q and T. You can see then the angle between Q and P. You can view it better from the top. You can see it. This is the angle between Q and T. So that is this angle. So that is all we need. The angle between Q and T will now be 38. Since from 0 to P is 38, then from 0 to Q is 20. So angle between Q and P is going to be 38 plus 22. The angle between Q and T is going to be 40 minus 28. You will get the angle. So by the time you get this principle, the work will be easy for you to solve. So to start your solution, you need to get the angle between P and Q. Since the first question says we should find the distance between P and Q. So our solution now, A. So A, you need to get angle between P and Q. So angle between P and Q, angle between P and Q is, remember when I started this topic, I said angle between 2 points are very, very important. If you don't understand it, you need to practice it. That is the only way you can get it. Or you go through our previous class to understand it very well. So P and Q, they are standing on latitude 40 degree north. You can see they have common latitude. Then 38 east, 22 west. So the angle between them will just be 38 plus 22. So this will give us the angle 38 plus 22. This will be 60. Yes, 8 plus 0 remainder 1. Yeah, that is 60 degrees. That is 60 degrees. Then if we move on with our calculation, we are going to go straight to the distance formula. But let's see, P and Q, they are standing on parallel of latitude. So we need to get our small letter r first before we continue. So small r is what? It's capital R cos alpha. And we say alpha is the latitude on which they are standing. Then according to this question, alpha is the 40 degree north. That is the latitude on which P and Q they are standing on. So let's put that one now. So it will now be R equals to 4,600 is the capital R. 600 times cos alpha, which is 40, cos 40, so that you can get your small letter r. Then you can easily get your distance. So let's simplify this one. 6,400 times cos 40. Let's use our calculator to make it fast. 6,400 times cos 40 degrees. So my answer is 4,902. 4,902.8 let's take it to 4 decimal place. 6844. So 6844 kilometer. So it's always in kilometer because you can see the capital R is giving us kilometer. So it will still be in kilometer. Okay, so let's move on. So R. So now we need to get the distance. So we have our angle between the 2 points. We have radius of the latitude. Radius from P to the center is 4,902.6844. Since we know that the work is over, because distance between 2 points is theta over 360. Theta, not Q. Theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So this is the formula. Then you move on. D will now be theta is now 60. The angle between the 2 points is the theta divided by 360 degrees times 2 times pi is giving us 3.142 times radius we have calculated this is small r is 4902.6844, and that is all with the first question. So let me shift it down a little. I think the space is enough. So without wasting time, D is equals to, let me simplify it here, 60 divided 360. You can use your calculator and try this one fast. You will get the same answer I will get now, times 2 times 3.142 times 3.142 times radius, which is 4902.6844, is equals to, now let me put it in decimal, is 5,134.745. And let's see the approximation. General approximation, okay, to 3 significant figures. So we should put all our answers to 3 significant figures. So we are going to count 1, 2, 3. So 4 is not up to 5. So the answer will be, final answer for D will now be equals to 5,130 kilometer. So this is our first answer in this solution. So take note of that. Just follow the steps. It's not a difficult one. Take note of that. So A, the answer is 5,130 kilometers. That is distance between P and Q. So let's look at distance between QT along the line of longitude. Remember the diagram again. Q and T, see, they are standing on great circle. So the radius we are going to use is capital letter R. But P and Q, they are standing on small circle, which is latitude. That's why we need to find small r using capital R cos 40, that is cos alpha. So just understand this principle and you are okay. And from the center of the earth to the sphere here, this point is capital R. While from the center here to P and Q is small r. So take note of that. So since T and Q, they are standing on great circle, this one will not take our time in the calculation. All we need to do first is to get the angle between them. If you get the angle, we use the normal theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So the same thing here. So let's get B part of the question. B part says let's get the angle first. So that is the first thing you do. Angle between T and Q is let's see it. So this one will be 40 minus 28. Why is it 40 minus 28? Let's look at it. Because both T and Q, they are on the north. 40 from 0, no, this is the 0 line. From 0 down to Q is 40. From 0 down to T is 28. So when you want to get the angle between, it will now be 40 minus 28. That's what we do there. So that's why we are subtracting. And our answer is going to be Let me put it in mathematical function. So 40 minus 28. Our answer is going to be 40 minus 28, 10 minus 2, 10 minus 8 will give us 2. Then this is 12. So 40 minus 28 is equals to 12. You need to check. Be sure you are correct. Yes, we are correct. Then let's solve and finish up. Then without wasting time, now that we know the distance, let's take capital D as the distance, which is distance is equals to theta all over 360 times 2 pi. This time around is capital R we are using because they are standing on longitude to use capital R. So without wasting time, D is equals to the theta now is 12 divided by 360 degrees times 2 times pi is 3.142 times the capital R is 6400. That is all. You just times and get your answer and you're okay. Let me simplify it directly here. You can use your calculator and check it. It's not difficult. Times 2 times 3.142 times 6400. So this is the answer. Let me put it in decimal. So the answer is 1000. That's like 1340.587 kilometers. Then since the question says to three significant figures, which is 1, 2, 3, that is D will now be equal to 1340 kilometers. So this is distance between T and Q. So you take note of that. You can see that it's very small. Even from the sketch, you can see that T and Q, they are very close. Even if I use the solid shape to show you, you can see it clearly. You can see that T and Q, they are very close. You can see that that's why the distance is short. Then you can see the other one we did, P and Q. You can see that it's very far. You can see it. That's why the answer is larger. See 5,000. You can see that distance is longer than this. So that is the answer for the B part. Then the last part of the question says we should find the average speed at which the aeroplane flies from P to T through Q. You understand that? From P to T through Q. That is from here, it first of all flew down to Q from using that 5,000 and something distance. Then from Q it flew down to T. You can see it. So we should find the average speed of doing that. So that will not take our time. So all we need to do in this one is, that is the C part now. All we need to do is our speed formula. We all know that speed is equals to distance. Speed is distance divided by time. So if speed is distance divided by time, let me move up a little. If speed is distance divided by time, that means speed will be equals to the distance we have from P to Q is 5,000. Let's use the one without approximation, that is this one. Let's use this one, which is 5,134.745 plus. It's good to use the one without approximation when solving, because we didn't approximate it. This will give the most best answer than the approximated one. Then plus the next distance, which is 1340.587. So this distance we add now divided by time. The time given is 12 hours in the question. You can see there, divided by 12. So that is all. That is all. Then therefore speed is equals to, you can now solve and divide by 12. Let me do it on this corner. You can use your calculator and do it fast. 1534.745 plus 1340.587 divided by 12. The answer is, this is 5539.611. This is kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. So that is it. Kilometer. So since we are working with three significant figures, our final answer will now be, let me come down a little. Our final answer will now be speed. Final answer will now be speed is equals to, you just approximate to three significant, 1, 2, 3. So when you add 1 to 9, it will now be 10, it will now be 540 kilometer per hour. So that is it. So this is the solution to this question. 1990 number 12. A, distance between P and Q is 5,130 kilometer. Distance between Q and T is 1,340 kilometer. Then finally, the average speed from P to Q is 540 kilometer per hour. So take note of this, follow the steps. You see that the question is not